Had a busy day, but lots of little Xbox things to talk about, so let's get into it. The Washington Post had a 7-minute video talking about Halo Infinite and the whole story around Halo Infinite missing the launch for the Xbox Series X. They talked to a lot of people within the company like Brian Gerard, Bonnie Ross, Joseph Staten, as well as others. And they explained just kind of the pain that they had to go through when they had decided that they were going to delay Halo Infinite for the entire year until it eventually came out in 2021. Now, as you know, with Halo Infinite, especially with the multiplayer, there have been a lot of people that want more information, want more content. The player numbers for Halo Infinite Online have dramatically fallen off, and I think that's just a product of just not being enough content right now with Season 1. They obviously have a lot in the works, and when they put out Halo Infinite's multiplayer, they had put it out there because they wanted to stay true to releasing it in 2021, but they still needed all of this extra time until Season 2, which is supposed to be coming out in May, to give us more. And overall, their communication, they've been relatively silent. We got a post a couple of weeks ago where they gave us more information on just basically how they work on Halo Infinite, the different stages that they're in, and the different categories of content and where the teams are on that. So I'm guessing Season 2 is going to have a lot more stuff, and it should be exciting when they eventually release it, once they eventually show off all of the new things. But Joseph Staten commented on this in that 7-minute video in terms of why they're silent with the communication and why they aren't always transparent. And he says here, it's challenging to always be constantly open and transparent with fans because we don't want to expose them to the uncertainty and sometimes that churn that happens on any game development process. The decision we're making, though, and I believe this is the right one, even though it's hard some days, is to make sure that when we talk to our fans, that they can rely on what we say. Fans are really soon going to be exposed to some really cool stuff that we've got going on for Season 2. So, I mean, his reasoning does make sense. I mean, you don't want to put out information too early and then kind of have to backtrack on that because that gives you bad PR, that gets people upset. I mean, even with the original launch date of the game releasing with the Series X, the fact that they had to go back on that definitely pissed off a lot of people, but I think definitely was for the greater good of the game in terms of the overall quality and content that we got from it when it released, especially with the single player campaign and the graphics and just the performance and quality of it. So that was good, but they obviously don't want to be doing this all the time where they're announcing content. They're putting stuff out there for people to be excited about and then having to kind of pull back on that before they release it. But Season 2 is only about a month away now, and I think Season 2 is going to be huge for Halo Infinite in the sense that 343 has to deliver. They have to deliver on Season 2. There can't be any more. We're going to keep working on stuff and then waiting until Season 3 to deliver more stuff. They're going to have to really knock it out of the park in terms of getting people excited to want to jump back into Halo Infinite, giving us more maps, more game modes, as well as just giving us the experiences that are vital to Halo. Delivering on co-op. I know they said that's not going to be coming right at the beginning of Season 2, but they have to deliver on that when it eventually releases because people are waiting. And if they keep on waiting, they're just going to jump over to other stuff permanently and not come back. So I think it's a big moment when Season 2 does eventually release. And I think 343 will deliver. And if they don't, well, then we'll see what happens with the overall numbers and if it's going to be something that stays lower than it should be for a game like Halo. Moving on here to some interesting information. If you're still looking to buy an Xbox Series X and you are okay with picking up a refurbished console, you're going to get a price discount, but you're actually going to be able to now buy these right through the Microsoft Store. So Microsoft Store is starting to stock refurbished Xbox Series X consoles. They're certified refurbished devices coming directly from Microsoft, and they're undergoing what the listing describes as a complete refurbishment process before being sold over to the customers. And they're going to be starting at $470 US and $420 in the UK. So that's about a 6% discount on the price. Now with the US store, it will also require you to get a game and a controller with your purchase. So if we actually go over here to the store itself, you see you click on the refurbished console, and then you're going to actually build your bundle by clicking the console, clicking the game, clicking the controller, and then you're going to be able to check out and get one of these bundles. So the xScreen has been out for a little while now, and it is a screen that attaches to your Xbox Series S, makes it kind of into a portable gaming console. Just really a nice product for a very small and slick console, especially if you just kind of want to put it in random places and play video games, bring it in your car, all that type of stuff, bring it for travel. Comes with a pretty cool carrying case, as Major Nelson shows off here that there's an official carrying case that holds everything together. And Major Nelson, Larry Herb, tweeted about this saying, just got my hands on the xScreen from UpSpec Gaming. I'll share more on the next official Xbox podcast. So they're going to be talking about this on the next podcast, which gets you starting to think, hey, maybe this is something Xbox is interested in. Maybe they're going to expand on the xScreen, expand on the portability of Xbox, and bring us something that we're going to be able to play Xbox with on the go. And it seems like people are pretty excited that he is going to be showing it off and talking about it in his next episode, seemingly looking like people would want something like this from Xbox, or maybe partnering with UpSpec or other third parties to make more screens like this for the portability of the Xbox Series S. This person here saying, imagine if this was made into an official product. Yeah, but I want more third-party companies to compete with each other to make the best screen attachment for the Series S. I think that would be great if there's different styles of these X screens, Series S screens, in order to just give us the best possible product out there. This person says here, Microsoft and Xbox brands should probably partner with this company and make it an official accessory. Going down here, this person here, they're asking how it is, and people are saying it's not flimsy. It turns off when you close it, so you're not getting the heat from the vent. That was like one of my main concerns when I saw the X screen, thinking that how is it going to work with the vent right on top of it? But apparently there's no issues with that. This person here says, y'all really should release a version of this. Response to that is, better yet, partner with UpSpec to sell as an official product. And then they debate on whether Xbox should make it or just partner with them. And the response is, regardless of how it's done, it should definitely be done. It makes the S that much more desirable and practical. And I think that's the thing with this screen. I didn't really expect as many people to be into this, for it to take off, but it seems like the X screen is doing very well from everything you're seeing around social media, and people just really loving this product and turning the Xbox Series S into a portable device. And it is cool. It is cool if you're going to be able to just kind of take away the ability of having to use a big screen TV with it, or having to use a monitor. You want to just set it up in your room, set it up in the car, and bring it with you on the go. Seems like a great option for that. And finally, here we got an interesting Twitter post from inXile, and they are looking to hire people to work on Unreal Engine 5 for an upcoming RPG, with multiple positions available in the art department, in the engineering department, and specifically they are looking for somebody in the production department for art outsourcing producer, and they're hiring in various different states. So this is pretty cool because we know inXile is working on something. We know they're working on an upcoming RPG, and that upcoming RPG could be a first-person shooter RPG, as it has been hinted based off of a tweet that they kind of replied to from Xbox, where this was back, I believe, in May 12th, 2021. Almost a year ago, and Xbox says, you just beat a game, what's next? And then you can stop it on the genre of game. And inXile replies, pulled new plus FPS plus RPG with a thinking face emoji, which had a lot of people speculating that that's the next style of game that they are going to be making. And it sounds like they are going to be doing that type of stuff. It's definitely an RPG, but will it be first person? We'll have to wait and see, but they are hiring right now, so something is in the works, and hopefully we'll see more about it soon. That's it from me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on all of this type of stuff. Specifically, what do you think about Halo and Joseph Staten's statement on not wanting to be as transparent all the time because they don't want to bring people into the churn of creating the content? And do you think inXile is going to be making an FPS RPG as their next game? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you enjoyed what you saw, you found it entertaining, you found it informative, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.